Hi, my name is Kyrie Thomas. I am 8 years old. I am a second grade scholar at Brownsville Preparatory Institute. I would like to ask you a few questions, but first, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, Kyrie, it's nice to meet you. I am Allison Tant, State Representative for House District 9, which is Tallahassee, Jefferson, and Madison, so 3 counties.
Very interesting. What is the most easiest part of your job?
Well, the easiest part, there's a lot of interesting things I get to do, but my favorite thing is talking to people like you.
What is the most difficult part of your job?
The difficulty sometimes is the scheduling and trying to do everything at the same time, and some of the topics of discussion in the House that are things I struggle with.
I'm a second grader. I want to know how you were.
When I was in second grade?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved second grade. I loved my second grade teacher. I thought at one time I wanted to be a second grade teacher, but decided later that I didn't. But second grade was fun. What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be a teacher when I grow up.
Very cool. Very cool.
Who was your favorite teacher and why?
Her name was Miss Reddy, and she was very imaginative and creative with how she taught. So, for example, she had plywood kids made up out of plywood, and then she taught math by putting clothespins as fingers, and so 2 fingers plus 1 finger was 3. So that's how she taught us math, and it was so visual and colorful and interesting. It was very captivating.
How will you make the world a better place for children and adults?
Well, I think that one of the things I like about this week in particular here with the Children's Week is that this reminds us of why we are all really here in this building, all of the policymakers, because every single thing that we do impacts children. And I spend a lot of time in my bills working on things that help children have more options for education, more access to educational strategies and things of that nature, and then just more options in life for when they finish school to go into the workplace.
Do you love your job?
I do love my job, partially because I get to meet people like you and talk with you every day. And I learn so much from people and their lives and their interests that it keeps me really interested. And so that part's probably my favorite part of the job.
How will you make a law?
The legislative process is very intricate. You file a bill that you like, or you take an idea of something you want to pass and you take it to House bill drafting, and then they draft up something, and then it gets referred to a committee, and with usually about 2 to 3 committees. And so every stop of the committee, you have the opportunity to talk about what you're trying to do with your bill and get other people on the committee to support your idea. And so that goes through the process. And then when it gets to the House floor, then you have to get the whole House to support your idea. And then you also have to have a Senate sponsor carrying the same bill. And that bill over there has to be identical to your bill. And then they have to go through that same process on the Senate side. And then once it's all finished, it goes to the governor's desk. And then you have to convince him that it's a good idea. And so that's how a bill becomes law. And it takes a lot of work.
Whoa, that just blew my mind. What was your favorite part about Children's Week?
My favorite part about Children's Week is seeing so many kids from Tallahassee in the building, but also the hands that are hanging down, showing us all the school children in Florida who we need to remember when we go on that House floor and into our committee meetings. I'm so glad I got to talk with you today. So what is your favorite part about this week?
My favorite part is that I got to do interviews with you.
You're adorable. I'm so excited we had this opportunity.
You're welcome.